Good afternoon. This is Cheryl Lentz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and cat. Coming to you with a brand new monkey cut kit. I was really excited. Put one together last night with the painted Christmas suite. So this paper, and I'll tell you, I received this paper and the stamp sets while I was in Maui, and I've had so much to play with that I have not played with it at all. So today I'm going to open the monkey cut kit, play with all the paper for the first time, the DSP, and share with you. It's kind of an interesting set because the suite is on page 16 and 17 of the holiday catalog, and it has beautiful paper, real traditional colors, with pine cones and, you know, the reds and greens, and just beautiful. But also there are two different bundles that can pair up to go with this set. So really kind of interesting. So I am going to turn the camera around and we're going to get started. I'll show you what's in the kit and we'll open it up and see what we can see. So if you're here, please let me know. Please talk to me, chat a bit. Once I turn the camera, I can't see it, but I'm happy to answer afterwards or when I'm up and down. So let me know. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to go for a little ride. So let's see here if I can hit the right button. Okay, there we go. It's the top of my desk. Here's the bottom of my desk. Here we go. Okay. So there we go. All right. So here is Christmas season, and then Christmas season comes with seasonal label dies, which has a ton of different dies. Kind of interesting because these are for, you know, for labels, but also they have these little slits that you can put in there. So you could tie, you could cut along the edge or wherever you want to tie a ribbon through it. So versatile. And then these go around some of the pieces here, the pine cones and that. And then the other stamp set it goes with is this one, Christmas to Remember. So this has all the verses. This one just has the pine cones and all the good stuff. So this has the verses to go with. And then this also has the pine cones and then this interesting, wonderful background, which I have not even used. So perhaps we will do that one day too. So that's what we're going to play with today. Here is the monkey cut kit, Painted Christmas. So here it is, my special little box. So you get a half of the designer paper, 3 each of 7 different colors. In the catalog, they name off 6 different colors, real red, but I also included cherry cobbler because I think you would need that, and the ribbon is cherry cobbler. So 4 sheets of white cardstock cut and ready to go. The regular cardstock is cut and scored, ready to go. The gold holly leaves, 2 yards of the cherry cobbler gold ribbon, a half a pack of red rhinestones, and 10 envelopes for $50. I don't have it on the website yet, Stamping Journey, but I will after I'm done speaking with you today. So that is the latest and greatest monkey cut kit, Painted Christmas monkey cut kit. So let's open it up. I'll show you what's in here. So here we go. This is exactly what your kit would look like. Got our little monkey cut label in there. Okay, so you have the rhinestones, the gold leaves, the ribbon, which is unbelievably beautiful, designer paper. I'm going to move this off to the side here. So I have designer paper, cardstock cut for labels, and then the strips for layering, not labels, for layering. The white cardstock, lovingly referred to as the guts, or for stamping on and then cutting out. And then the envelopes and the card bases. So there we go. Lots in this kit. So let's pull out the paper. That's where I usually start with the designer paper and figure out what we want to do with it. So I received this and I mean, it was so pretty, and there's been so much, and then we get into the fall things, and then I just didn't, I have not played with it at all. So this is my first time playing with this. So it has all the beautiful traditional colors. What's nice is that these are reproducible with the stamp set. So it's kind of cool. You could make your own DSP once this is gone, because you have all these pieces right here. Even this one with the red, so it has the stem and then the red berries. And there's the back side of that one. Let's see here, we'll start. So here are the pine cones. So pretty, kind of looks to me vintage. It looks like vintage Christmas card. There we go. Ooh, this one is so pretty. So there's the front side. Here's the back side, soft pastel. Here's some more like wood. It's like wood grain kind of looking behind. Again, I think looks so vintagey. And then this, I love this pattern. Let's see here. We'll keep going here. Ta-da. And the back side, the pretty leaves. So some nice kind of pastel-y backgrounds that you could use at any time of the year, not Christmas per se, right? So you could switch that up. And there we go. So that's all the different colors. We're back to square one. So that's all the different pieces. Ta-da, ta-da. And let's see here. What do we want to... This looks so vintagey to me. These two, I think, kind of pair up interesting. I don't know. I really like that. I love this side too, but I really like that vintage look. And maybe with, let's see here. I'm looking at all the different colors that would kind of go with. This looks nice with this one. This is a very cool, I like that with the crumb cake background too. That's kind of neat. This one and this one. You could do this one and this one. That's the back side of that. Okay. Trying to decide what I want to play with first. I think I'm going to do something with the pine cones. I think these are really cool. And I like the vintage look of it. I think that you could put this along with it somehow. Maybe a strip on the side, or put some other pine cones in there with a verse in the middle. Some of this is, you know, you let the paper talk and do the work. And that's what I think about this one here. Let's pull out our different layers here. So if we put that to be the one to work with, when we go through and cut these, I like to have them all, so when you get them also, I like to have the colors put together. So it's like, you know, you have 4 sheets of the red, they're all together. So all the colors are together. I think it's easier when I'm going and pulling to know what I have, because I pair up. If I'm doing a layer on the inside or the outside, I'm doing the same layer on the inside. So I kind of pair up everything that way. So we purposely put these together so it would be easier for you to use also. So here's all of our beautiful colors. Ta-da, ta-da. And here is this. So I'm thinking the Evening Evergreen. I like that dark. I think that's really pretty. So I'm thinking we would go with this, go with the 2 Evening Evergreens. And then I believe, come on, there we go. Okay, Evening Evergreen, and then my next choice for the base of the card would be the Soft Succulent. So that goes with the dark and the dark and the light of it, right? Here we go, just like that. That's kind of cool. Ta-da. Okay, and then let's pull out my base. and then see what we're gonna do. Let's see here. So let's get the top folding. I want one that is folded from the top here. Here we go. Okay, like this, so I can open it this way. So this is our base. Look at it, just comes to life. You put a little color behind there. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's stamp some pine cones and a little verse. And I think that's all. I think you can get away with just that. So let's see here. Let me get some white out. There we go. My fingers don't want to work today. Okay, so I need one for the inside layer. There we go. Top layer on the inside. And then this one we're going to do a little stamping on, I think. So, all right. So if we do some pine cones, and they have two different sizes, so I think I would go with the smaller pine cone. And it's a two-step stamping. So here we go. I'm just gonna kind of lay this out. If I do two of these and have some greens coming out here, I think that would look cool. So here's the background one, and here's the more detail for your pine cones. So I would say the background will be the lighter color. So we're gonna go with crumb cake. My crumb cake here has the label turned green, but it's still crumb cake inside. So I'm gonna do two of these on here. I'm gonna stamp two. See if I like that. There. And then the detail on it, I'm going to go with early espresso. Here we go. So let's line it up here. Kind of interesting. There. Ta-da. There we go. Move that over so I don't make a mess here. All right, and then I think that we will get this green sprig. It's kind of nice. So the leaves, if you're doing holly, the leaves stamp at the same time, and here's the inside portion of the leaves. So when you pull this out, here's the leaves and they're together. Here's the inside portion to give it a little more coloring. And here's this little spray of, and I think we'll do this in, we're going to do a couple of them, I think. We'll do Evening Evergreen on some of them, and the Evening Evergreen and the Soft Succulent. I'm just kind of matching up what's on here. So here's this one. And I'm going to do some extra. I don't know what I'll need or what I'm going to end up using. But if I stamp it now and I cut it out and I decide not to use it in the design, I'll just put it back in my case and I'll use it on the next one. So here's my Soft Succulent. There we go. Dry that off a little bit. Okay. We're just going to do both. And then we'll cut out our pieces and see what we want to do. I think I have enough room on there for the verse. I'm just wiping off my blocks in case I pick up a different color and decide to change something up. There we go. So I'm using this in another, some other cards that I have out already for our holiday buffet. So I like this one, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, and I think that would fit right here. And perhaps we would have a die that will cut this out. If I stamp it right there, we might be able to get everything on one felled swoop here. Maybe, if this fits. That's too big. Let's try this one. Let's see how this one works. It'll just fit in there, not, it's a little too wide. So let's try this one again. I might have to bring a different, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to bring a different piece in, unless it'll fit on here. Like I said, I have not, oh yeah, there we go. Ta-da, that'll work. Yay. All right, so Generally, I do the words in the darker color, so that's what I'll do. I'll use the Evening Evergreen. Get my block, my stamp on the block here. Okay, here's my Evening Evergreen. Be nice if I can get everything on one sheet and then I can run it through here. So there we go. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Okay, let's close this up because I am going to pull out my handy dandy cut and emboss machine here. We're going to get these items cut out. I'll have to get the big one or cut this in half. I could do that and you get the little one out, but we'll get the big one, try to cut as many as we can at a time. I like to do that. I like to try to get everything done in a couple of going through it here. So here's my cut and emboss machine. Ta-da, my well-loved plate, bottom plate here. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay this out. So I have plate number 1, plate number 2, number 3 is the acrylic. You should never, 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 never cut on any of these plates. Okay, always have an acrylic plate over that. I've had a couple of them get used the wrong way, and it's not that it cuts into it, so you don't want to do that. You want to do it, use your equipment correctly. So there's that. Here we go. I guess this one we're going to have to cut out a number of times, but that's okay. We can go through. Here's this one, my little pine cone. Okay. Let's put this through here. Hopefully everything stays in place for us. There we go. This is such a traditional set with the pine cones and but I just think the look of this paper in particular, a couple of these different papers look so vintagey. I love that. Okay, so we're gonna cut some more here. So here's our little, whoopsie. Maybe we'll only need 2, but we'll see. I'll cut this one out. And here's my other pine cone. Cuts around it pretty nicely. There we go. Gently set that down so I don't move anything. Keep everything in place here. There we go. Okay, let's see. Put that down. I'm done with the pine cone, but I would like to cut out, I think, another one of the little leaves here. I don't know where I put the other one, but we're gonna, as long as I have them stamped, we're gonna cut them out, and if we don't use them, I'll just put them in my, in with my stamp set, and I can use it again on the next go round here. All right, here's one, and I'll just cut this one out right away. So I got a lot cut out of this one sheet. I stamped it far enough away so that you could put multiple dies on at the same time. So you have to watch it. I like to save a crank. That's what I always call it. Save a crank. If you spread it out a little bit, so you're not wasting too much paper, but spreading it out so you can crank a bunch of them through at the same time. It just saves time. Okay, there we go. Let's move this out of the way. Kaboom. Let's see here. I was trying to see if I could, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's all of our pieces. I'm gonna leave this here. Okay, so here's this. Here's our, I'm just gonna kind of lay out what I think we want to do. Get rid of that. And then the thing is that what you would do is always, of course, have everything popped up. Like you're gonna pop this up, give it interest, right? Do a little bit of that. Get some swishes in here. because they have them going all the way around here. So that's what we would do there. Now they have 3 of the pine cones all over the place, but I think we're just gonna we're gonna see what we can get by with here. Doing just 2 in the corner, and then we have our verse to put up here. Ta-da. Now we need to do something to make that stand out a bit more. And I don't want to put 2 of the same color. I don't want it like every other color. So that's why I'm kind of looking like, okay, how should we put this in here? I don't want to go there, matchy-matchy. Put that in there. Okay, like that. So when I put it on, like I'll kind of figure out where it's going to go, and then I start from the back side, pulling it off, putting it down here, and then putting it all together on the card. Now we need to make this a little bit, we need to have some color behind here so that it stands out a bit. And I'm wondering if I take this piece and put that behind there and have that up, and I could kind of have that stand out if this is the dark evergreen. And I think what I'll do, I'm going to lift this up and just put it over in the corner here. So I'm keeping it sort of how I want it. But as an experiment, I'm going to cut this right out of the center here. So I want this to go behind. So one moment here, let me just cut this out real quick. A lot of times when we're having extra pieces, I will cut out of this front layer, ta-da, because you're never going to see it, right? You're not going to see that I cut that out when you cover it up with your, there we go. You cover it up that way. And so this would give it some background. If I do this, and put this on, and I think what we might have to do is do a little sponging here. So here that'll stand up, give that layer. But I think what we'll do is go around it with the soft succulent and do a little sponging, daubering. I shouldn't say this, sponging, daubering. I'm going to dauber it. Where's my soft succulent? Is right here. Look, I haven't even used that one yet. Wow. Yeah, this just looks like a vintage paper to me. I think it's very cool. This die has like a little, kind of a little lip edge on it here. So I'm trying to just keep with that. Just not to go too far into the die cut. I just want it edged so that it looks like it has a layer. It's kind of a faux layer then, right? But it softens the edge, sort of like this all looks soft. I think that looks cool. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. Now, I'm going to put these back over here because I want them to go into that corner like that. This one, I'm snugging them up pretty tight in the corner. So I might not end up using that other one. I might just use these. Leave it an odd number here, like that. Okay. I'm going to glue the background down. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm leaving out that one little branch. We're going to put this one in. I'm going to glue this down. I have a new glue today. Woohoo! So exciting. All right. This suite has like how many different greens? It has pear pizzazz, evening evergreen, garden green, and soft succulent. So 4 greens. So you would have something in your home stash, but with the Monkey Cut Kit, you'll have all 4 of those greens. Everything available here for you. So that's kind of fun. All right, so this is going to go pretty tight in here. I'm just going to go a little bit, put this one down up here, go outside of the box a little bit, outside of the picture, out the frame. And we'll put this one down, just adding a tiny bit of glue. Then this one is going to go here. And this one's going to go flat down because I'm going to bump up the one that is going to cover part of it. So I'm going to put this one down here. And then this one I'm going to bump up. So it's going to go like this. When I put my dimensionals on, let's see here, and then this one is going to go over here. So it just sort of centers it here. There, lift that up a little bit, kind of in a different direction. Okay. So I'm going to put this down with my dimensionals. I'm going to put this down right here, where it's laying here. Ta-da. Go outside a little bit, outside of the frame a bit. All right. And put that like that. We could put another pine cone in there, but I think we're going to leave it as such. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right down the center. Line this up a bit with my grid. And the nice thing is they all have this little kind of bubble here, so I can look at it and line it up that way. Little circle end, half circle at the end. This we're going to pop up too. Oh, I got it pretty centered. All right. Woohoo! Pop up our verse. There. Alrighty. I really thought I was going to bring in that other color, but I think for right now, we're going to play with it with the set and with the pine cones and just kind of mimic that. There we go. Ta-da! Now watch it come to life when you put it back on this, on the base here, where you're going to bring in another color. Ooh, and that just pulls it out. So you get just enough 3D on there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and I spilled coffee all over my desk this morning, all over me, all over the dog's bed. That was not a good move. Thank goodness I didn't wreck too much. I was like, oh my. The dog, coffee was just raining down on her. She was not happy with me either. All right, so here is the front. Let's do the inside here. Have Holly Jolly Christmas. Season's greetings. Friends like you make the season special. That's what we're going to use. I like that. So I'm just kind of lining that up on the block. We'll use the dark Evening Evergreen for my print here. Ta-da-ta-da. Did I get it straight? No. No, I didn't. Let's try to get it straight here. Let me just, sometimes what I'll do is I'll line up the outside of the block. So I know I need to go down just a little on a line, and then I kind of, there we go. Better. That's better. All right. I think in the inside we need a little something, right? I don't want to cut out another pine cone, but I think we'll stamp some more in here. And maybe we'll have to do a little masking. So the base, this was the base of the pine cone, is crumb cake. Again, I'm just going to offset it. And then I used early espresso for the next layer for the two-step. That's this one. Alrighty. There. kind of didn't get the whole thing there, but maybe what we're going to do instead of masking is just, no, I don't like that. Okay, so to mask it, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little masking so I can have some up here. So I have Post-it notes that are sticky all over, and that's what I like to use for masking. So it has a little line here that shows me where I can pick it up. Hello, Patty. That shows me where I can pull it apart. So I'm going to take the back one, the background here, because that's the biggest. Where's my crumb cake? Right here. Okay. And I'm just going to stamp it on here. So when I do masking, I cut it out on the inside of the pattern. So I'm getting a little bit of the brown that I have in there. So I'm cutting on the inside of the design because then I don't have that overlap look. Sometimes, you know, when you do masking and you'll get a piece where it's like, where there's separation between the two designs that you're trying to stamp. And if you mask it, cutting just inside the line, it helps with that. So that's what I'm doing here. And just cutting it out quickly. And then what I'll do is I'll put this mask in my, I'll put it in my case with my stamp set. And you can use it over and over. There we go. But this works pretty slick. This, where it's sticky all over the place. Okay. So I'm going to put one here. I'm just going to lay it on there so you'll see part of the stamp, the brown. All right. And we're going to do it. Let's see here. Where's my, here it is. I'm not sure what color I ended up with, so I'm going to wipe it off. And I think we're going to go with the soft succulent here. And I'm just going to go like that. Go over the top of it. Then you take this mask off. And then that looks like it's behind there. See that? It's kind of cool. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to do another one off to the side here. And then peel it off. Ta-da. So you have your pine cones, or the little greenery behind your pine cones. I like that. I might put one more over here just to fill this in a little bit here. There. Okay. There we go. So I will put that mask off to the side because I'll use it again. Let's get these closed up so I don't wear them. So this one used 4 colors. So 4 colors. Early espresso, soft succulent, early espresso, and crumb cake. So the 2 browns for our pine cones. And then the 2 greens for our little pine boughs. All right, let's do this. Ta-da. There we go. I got a little, my nails came off there a little bit. I'll have to use I have a eraser that has, I'll show you what I have. It has some like sand in it. So when I do something like this where I get a little bit of, if it's really surface, I can use my sand eraser and fix it up. You know, otherwise, if you can't fix it up, you embellish, right? That's just the chance to embellish, but we're going to leave it as that. Okay, took it right off. So a little sand eraser. If the ink isn't in too far or your nails make a mess of your white paper, that's what I do. There. Ta-da. Have a holly jolly Christmas. We've got our little pine cones. There. Ta-da! There we go. Well, let's see here. We did that pretty quickly. Should we do another one? Are y'all up for another card? If I pull something else out, I'd like to use some of the reds that I haven't used. Now that we used all the greenery. Got the green one out, the vintage card. This would be a quick vintage card you could do. Very pretty. But there's lots of the greens with the, to use some of the reds too. So I'm going to put this one aside. Let's pick another color. Let's pick another one. Let's see here. And we could do one. I love this. I love this one. I think this is really, really cool pattern. It's so pretty. We could put some greenery on here. We could do one going this way. So let's do that. Let's maybe do that. Let's pick a layer. So the background layer here. We'll just go ahead and go with real red, I think. And then we're going to pop it with some color. So we're going to use garden green. We're going to go with really basic, let's see here, garden green. Where are you? Here it is. We're going to go basic Christmas colors here. Ta-da, ta-da. So now we have to add some greenery on here. So I'm going to pull out one of my white sheets here. Here we go. And we'll do a little stamping again. Perhaps have something coming from both ways. We've got the gold leaves we can use. So these gold leaves are interesting. There's 2 different sizes. There's 15 of each, I believe, and 2 different sizes. So here's the big one. And there's a right side and a wrong side. The right side, there's some indentations, and you can see. So there's a right side and a wrong side. They're kind of pretty. And here's the little one. Oops, come on. I need my pickup tool for this. Here's the little one. So here's the sizes. So this little tiny baby and this bigger one. Kind of cute. So let's set that off to the side though for a minute. And I am going to get some of this greenery that we have in here. We have the berries. We have a number of different branches here that we can pull out and use. So that's what I'm going to do. Does this one, I'm trying to see if one goes inside the other here. These 2 go together. So let's pull this out. So we get different sizes. We can have a little swag going on. Even if we put it underneath our, I'm going to pull out all the pieces. Even if we put it underneath the verse. Boy, I have a hard time talking today. Okay, here we go. So let's put this on here. I used some of these are really discolored because I used them on my, when I was showing how to do the baby wipe technique. We did some different coloring and that stuck with my, it doesn't hurt the stamp, so not a problem. There we go. Okay, so let's bring out the garden green. We're going to go garden green and real red. Move this stuff off to the side here. I have all of my colors right at my fingertips. Love that. Here we go. So here's my garden green. And I could do, I mean, if we wanted a little variety, they have pear pizzazz in here too. So we could do some of them in a pear pizzazz. So I'm just kind of thinking, not sure what I want to use, but we're just going to stamp some of the elements here and see what we come up with. So I think I'm going to do this one in the green, darker, and then the red goes right in there. So this is a 2-step. Let's figure out which way it goes. Let's see here. This way, I think. There. Ta-da. Ooh, couldn't do that again. Good. I'm glad that worked out. Maybe I'll do one more of those just in case we decide to balance it out with. I like everything balanced. Balanced all together here. So the 3 go to the top and 1 down to the bottom. There we go. Okay. Oh, all right. And we're going to go ahead and pull out some Pear Pizzazz because I want some of the greenery to be a little bit lighter. Give it some variety. Here we go. All right. I'm just going to put this one over here. There. All right. I think we need to do another. We're going to do this one again. We didn't do this one. I'm going to do this one in the dark green. Gone green. There. All right. Let's cut these out. See what we can come up with. Pick out a verse. I think we're going to go right down the center with one of these, and I think we'll do the verse in red. I have the big Season's Greetings in here, so that would look nice. Okay, so when they stick in my case too firmly, I just use my pickup tool, pick it up at the end, get my favorite H block over here, and there we go. And then I have these little handy dandy strips here. And that's what I'm going to stamp my verse on to cut out. There we go. Okay. So real red. Make it happy. Alrighty. Just going to stamp it in the middle. Ta-da. Okay. And I believe this one will fit on here. Did I get it centered enough? I think so. We'll try it. And let's move this over. Bring in my machine again. We might get to tuck some of those leaves in. Okay. Let's bring this over. Do a little more cutting out. It's sort of fun when you have all this matchy little cutouts. Remember the olden days when we cut everything out fussy cut? It wasn't always what it cracked up to be. I don't mind fussy cutting, but you either love it or don't. You either love it or you don't love it. Here we go. I know a lot of people that really loved it. I thought I was doing them a favor one time, and I cut all this fussy cut out and all this stuff for a hostess club, and then the one Jan was like, "Oh no, I loved a fussy cut." I was like, "Oh my goodness sakes." Very unusual. I'm not going to try to get everything on because I need to cut out the verse, but I need to use this one twice here. So we'll make 2 passes and get it all done. This is like, you could sit and cut out a bunch of this stuff and then just sit with it and put your cards together. It would be very easy with this paper to have all these little elements. It's sort of like paper dolls. All these little elements to put together and then, you know, cut them all out at one time while you're watching, you know, TV or whatever. This one I have to use again. And then sit down with all the little pieces and create. So much fun. Okay, here's my, I'm going to cut this here so I don't have a big piece hanging out here. Just pull that off. All right. Put this one on, and then I'll put my verse up here, and we'll be all set. Fits pretty good. When I have a long one like that, like this, I usually put it in here at an angle. if you go up and down a lot, sometimes it will start to bend, kind of. So I usually go in at an angle, and hopefully I'm over enough that I catch the bottom of this here. There. Okay. One more crank. One more crank. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. Oh boy, look at that. Good use of paper. I made it. Woo, that was good. That was a surprise. All right, so let's put this together. Let's build our card. So we chose this paper here. We're gonna do that. I just think it's sort of fun. I'll put my dies over here on the side. Okay, so the verse I'm gonna put right in the center, and then we're gonna create around it. So I'm gonna go with this big one down here, just kind of lay them out. And to offset that color, I'm going to put this one up here. And then we might go, there we go. So it just kind of offsets, balances the two. Here are my little berries. I'm going to pull this up, put that in here. And then this one here. It's pretty simple. There. Ta-da. Now I think I do need to, I'm going to pop up the verse. Oops. I'm going to pop the verse up. I'm going to pull this out a little bit more, just so it's kind of spreads out across here. But I do think I'm going to go around, I'm going to sponge around the verse again with the garden green, because that's my base color also. So I'm going to get my Dauber garden green is in the Regals. So let's get my little Regal bucket out here and get my garden green right here. Here we go. This is pretty fast. I think you could do a ton of these. If you just sit down and do all the elements, you've got all the colors, so you know what you're going to be dealing with. Really fun to just sit down and pop these in, put them together quickly, just like you did with paper dolls. There, there. That gives it a nice, makes it stand out a bit. Ta-da. There we go. Okay. And then I think we will be able to tuck in some of those leaves. So I'm just going to pull this one off to the side. I'm going to pull this one off to this side. Get my DSP glued onto my layer. This side's so pretty too. I mean, this is one of those things where it's like, which side should I use? They're all really pretty. But I really like this kind of big, bold. Reminds me of bells or ornaments, old ornaments. Whoops, boy, I didn't get that on there very good, did I? Kind of center it here. Back and forth, that's better. Okay. Whew, that was almost bad. Thank you, green glue. It gives me a little option. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to go with my mini dimensionals. I'm going to go right down the center here. And that way I can sneak these the greeneries in where I want. So I can still pop this up. I'm going to go all the way to the, I need to use this when I do these. I'm going to put these on, and then I can just get my greeneries pushed under there. You can see how far under I can go, or around my dimensionals. So at least I know where I'm going here. Okay. We could have added a touch of ribbon. Next time when we do one with the cherry cobbler, we'll do that. Okay. So here's this. Let's put this right in the center here. Simple Simon. I'm just kind of trying to get it pretty much. Okay. So I'm going to take this one. I want this one off to the side. And then this one is bigger, so it's going to go underneath a little bit more. And then my greenery here, the dark green, that's going to match. So let's pull this one out. Trying to get the swag going the right way here. This one here. And then my greens here. So that'll all fit under there nicely. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to pull it down this way a little bit. Okay. All right. I'm going to start gluing. Here's the final. Here's the final say-so. We put a little glue on. I don't put it on the top. I'm just putting it on the bottom part because that gives it a little bit more of a 3D too. If that just kind of pulls up a little bit, it's not like nailed down there. All right, let's start here. We're going to go side to side and make sure that we have it balanced. All right, this one here. Come down just a little bit there. So I'm about the same here in the corners. So I have my extra little pear pizzazz in there just to add some more interest, texture. There we go. And I might pop this one up. We're gonna pop this one up too. Let's do that with our little mini dimensionals. Works so good for this kind of tiny things. Remember in the olden days we had to cut them all up? Now we don't have to do that. These work very well for this kind of thing. And it almost can overlap just a little there. There. Ta-da. Now, I almost lost the other one in the writing. We're going to pop this one up too. So it just comes up on both sides. These are just the right size for this little berries. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There. Oops. Before I push it down, I want to just make sure I like where it's at here. There. I like it there. Okay. There we go. Now we could, let's see what it looks like if we tuck a little glitz and glimmer in here. We could do that. Let's see if the little one, and I think I would put these on with, I like that. Oops, I got 2 in there. Be careful that you don't get 2 in. There we go. And maybe I want to put one towards the back here to layer it up a little more. There. Add a little sparkle. I have it stuck on my finger. All right, and then I would have to balance it and put some down here. There we go. Put that behind. And put a little one over here, perhaps. There. Okay, maybe this one needs to go behind. All right, easier to use the pickup tool here. And I think I would put these on with glue dots. So I'm just going to pick it up, push it onto the glue dot really good. Pick it up and put it where I want it. I just think that goes easier. Oops, there we go. There. I want to move it over. There we go. Okay, this one too. I'm going to put it on with a glue dot. There we go. Gives me a little bit more. It's easier to move it around, I think. There we go. Ta-da. And then these two are going to go just where they are. Kind of hidden underneath there. But it'll balance it all out. So a little push. Sneak it underneath. This one. Pick it up. Push it on the glue dot. Oops. Come on now. There we go. Okay. I'm going to sneak this underneath here too. I liked how that looked there. And finish it off with some of our red rhinestones. Love these little things. They have been with us for a while, so I'm happy that we kept them. If I can get them out of my little package here. There we go. Okay. Little bitty rhinestone on either end. Give you a little more sparkle. Ta-da. Ooh, that's pretty. Super simple. Super simple. Wow, okay. Let's do this. I should have played with this a long time ago. I've had this one longer than anything else, and I just, you know, you get into doing the fall cards and doing all that stuff and the Halloween cards, and then I put it off until today. So, ooh, I like that. Okay, did I bring out my other red? Yes, here's my other layer for the inside. And get one of my white sheets out here. We'll have to decorate the inside a little bit here. Okay. That's kind of fun. That's a fun card. Pretty fast, considering I didn't know what I was going to do. Season's greetings. And I think we're going to use that same about the friends saying. Friends like you make this season special. I think that looks nice. And we'll do it in the red. Real red. I call them the Crayola colors. Here we go. So we're going to put that there. Try to get it straight. Okay. And then we're going to go, I think we're going to go with this little, I really like that two-step, and do a little berry here. So this was in the garden green. We're just going to put a little sprig here. And real red. 3 go to the top. Let's see here. Ta-da. And let's see here. Do I need a little? No, that's too much. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it just like that. It's like back away. Back away from the card. Okay. That's pretty. Maybe needed a little greenery there, but I thought I should maybe stop while I'm ahead. Although, I don't know. Where's a smaller leaf? I need just that little leaf. Where's the littlest leaf here? I guess this was the smallest one. No, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it. There we go. Alrighty. Put this inside. 2 cards. 2 cards with our brand new Painted Christmas Monkey Cut Kit. So if you're interested, I will have it on my blog this afternoon. So here we go. Ta-da, ta-da. Very different, but how fun. Little cutouts. This is a great set. The paper is beautiful. Alrighty, I'm going to turn the camera around. Hello, Lynn. I hope you like it. Here we go. Woo, back to me again. Oops, sorry. All right, there we go. Cat's still waiting there in the belfry here. So thank you for joining me today. If you're interested, I will have this on my blog. I'm going to put it on this afternoon. And I will be on for Follow-Up Friday. Not sure what I'm going to be doing. Probably some more of this because I really had fun just playing with this for the first time with you guys. So thank you for joining me. And we will see you for Follow-Up Friday. I'm thinking around 2. I'm going to try to keep to the same time, although we have some activities going on here Friday. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great couple of nights. We'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye. Oops. Maybe not if I can't hit the finish button.